Hey YouTube, it's a real American Brian. I got a box in the mail that I didn't pay for. Let's find out what's in it. Alright, so let's open this thing up. So, what I have here is I actually won a contest from an awesome newish G.I. Joe podcast. If you haven't listened yet, I definitely recommend the G1 Joe podcast. They talk a lot about the G.I. Joe and Transformers toys, but then recently they've also done some book reviews. They've reviewed G.I. Joe issue number 1, the comic, and the Classified young adult novel. I haven't listened to that episode yet, but I'm sure it's good. So yeah, give them a try. G1 Joe podcast. I know it's on Spotify. I'm sure it's on other stuff too. And you can find them on Facebook. Agent Chuckles is one of the hosts, and Instagram, and all kinds of other stuff. But they did a listener contest, and I won. And what I won was a Storm Shadow Classified figure that I don't have yet. So that's awesome. I mean, how perfect is that? That, you know, my favorite character was the prize, and I won. Really cool artwork there on the package. And let's get him opened up. Yeah, I've had some spoken with Agent Chuckles, exchanged some private messages and stuff, and I think we may work on doing some collaborative work together, and maybe have him on the YouTube channel to talk about some stuff someday. But I highly recommend the podcast. It's good stuff. Very entertaining. I listen to it on my drive to work, and I'm never disappointed. So if you need more cool G.I. Joe content in your life, or just 80s nostalgia in general, because I do talk about some Transformers and stuff too, give them a listen. Alright. So yeah, this is pretty awesome. I've seen some reviews of... I don't know if I really want the hood on. I think... yeah, I believe the... comes off the little piece around his neck. I think that's probably what I prefer there. It's a shame they didn't have his tattoo exposed. Maybe the bandages coming loose. Kind of a throwback to issue 21 or something. But overall, that's super awesome. Got a cool crossbow, a couple swords, an arrow, maybe the infamous arrow that killed a squirrel and eventually Hardmaster. Sure, oh, that goes on his belt there. So that's pretty neat. Yeah, overall, awesome figure. I really dig the Classified line, and this is a great addition to that. I dig it. I like it a lot. So one of the other things I was going to do is a little comparison with the other Storm Shadows. So I have the Arctic Amazon exclusive and the movie figure. So I mean, the movie figure is definitely my least favorite of the three, but it's Storm Shadow, so that's nice. And he came with multiple heads, so you could have the unmasked head if you wanted to. But of these two, I don't know if I could really pick a favorite, because I think I've mentioned before on the channel that, you know, as a kid, the Version 3 Storm Shadow was my main Storm Shadow that I played with, so there's a lot of nostalgic feels there for me. But this one, obviously, the classic Storm Shadow, that, you know, I grew up with as well, because this would be the cartoon outfit and stuff that I was always watching the cartoon, so it still works. But yeah, very cool. Can't wait to get them all posed up cool and in my little display on my shelf. Get them fighting with or against Snake Eyes or something. Yeah, super awesome. And there we have a group shot of Storm Shadows. Yeah, give G1 Joe podcast a listen. They're really good stuff. Definitely worth listening to, and I will try to put a link below for something so you can go and find more information on them. But yeah, thank you, Agent Chuckles. I really appreciate the new Storm Shadow.